I think the other thing that's really important is just not to try and be a male leader. Be a female and be whoever you are, and whoever God has called you and made you to be. I would just say to be that, because I think oftentimes we try and put on these male characteristics so then people will follow us, but it's not authentic to who we are, and you can see right through that. And so I think it's so important just to be who God has called you to be and just who He's made you to be.
There's assumptions about female speakers that they don't communicate well with teenagers, and I don't think that's fair. I don't think that is correct at all. I think that because we haven't heard female voices, we will see less and less women accepting that call to ministry and leading into where God is leading them. I felt called for the first time when I was 14, and I didn't hear a female preach until I was almost 18, and it was a university professor. So there's a gap there, obviously, but I think if we begin creating space for those voices, our young people, especially in NYI, our teenagers and our students and our adolescents, will begin to see that and automatically assume that's that's what we do, right? And so the more that representation happens in intentional ways and not just as tokens that we have a single female, so we have representation, but intentionally modeling that, I think it will just kind of become organic and as a part of our DNA.
In working with young women who are called by God, one of the things is just to name that there is resistance and to trust God through that to overcome whatever resistance that is. And it's heartbreaking when the resistance comes from within the church, particularly when it comes from within the Nazarene church, from people who aren't totally familiar with our story or who are ignoring or wanting to change our story. It's heartbreaking when that happens. And so what do I say to someone who is expressing, I'm experiencing opposition in pursuing my call as a woman in ministry? I listen, and then I affirm the gifts that I see, and then I continue to give opportunities for that young woman to lead and make a difference through youth ministry or within the church at large.
And then as far as resources, I know I'm a part of the Nazarene Women's Clergy group on Facebook. I'm a part of multiple female clergy groups on Facebook, and that has been really helpful just to share with each other our experiences, our positive and our challenging experiences. And also, I know there are a few other resources just that are really, really empowering women in ministry. I think of the Junia Project, which is a blog, and they post all sorts of things. I'm friends with them on Facebook, so I see their posts on Facebook, and it's just great tools to help women in leadership. And the other thing I would say that is really important for a female who's looking to grow in her leadership abilities, and this has been the most challenging thing for me, I have yet to find a mentor. And I think it is so, so important to find a mentor and really bounce things off of them and hear their experience. And just really, I think that's a huge benefit to really growing in your ability to lead and minister, and do that authentically as to who you are.